Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jimmy. I'm here with my fourth vlog today. This is not really an editing tip, so to speak, but I just had a thought in my head that I want to share with you all because I've implemented it in my own life and I've seen some pretty relevant results. My fear with photography and sharing it, it was always like, is it going to be as good as other people's stuff? I think it's a natural worry, insecurity that we all have. And I've gotten better over the years, for sure. I've developed an eye for it simply by putting in the reps, the time of editing on my computer, using Lightroom, which I no longer have, using DxO Photolab, which is what I use now. If you have any more questions about that, I can make a video about that. Everyone has their way of editing. But the one thing that has really helped me that I want to pass on to you guys is using my phone to take pictures because I don't carry these bodies with me, even just one of them with me all the time. I do have my phone on me all the time. And a lot of the times I won't even take pictures, even if there's something that strikes me like a little bit, it kind of grabs my eye and I'm like, man, there's a part of me that thinks I wish I had my camera with me. Well, I have my phone. Well, I don't want to take pictures with my phone. It's not really photography if I don't have my camera body with me. So I just let the moment pass, or I let the scene pass, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a strike downtown Chicago. Maybe it's an apple orchard and you see a perspective that really catches your eye. Maybe it's the way someone's sitting there and all I have to do is ask, do you mind if I snap a shot of you? I'll send you the picture after I'm done if it turns out any good. You know, it's a way to market yourself and edit but if it's not with your camera body, I tend not to take pictures until recently. Maybe for the past 6 months, I've been taking more pictures with my phone. Now, some of you guys are saying, oh, you're just starting to take pictures now? I mean, taking pictures and really taking my time as if it is my mirrorless camera setup. A lot of people just take selfies and just take pictures of whatever, but do you really take your time with your cell phone, with your smartphone? I'm dating myself here, calling it a cell phone. We called it a cell phone back in my day. The smartphones, essentially computers you keep in your pocket. Okay, small iPads, whatever you want to call them. You know, when you take pictures with your smartphones, you have an opportunity to take loads of pictures. They have so much functionality on these smartphones nowadays. It's really amazing. You can practice panoramic shots. You can practice this way, holding it portrait, holding it landscape. You can mess with aspect ratios. You can use RAW. Did you know that? On your smartphone. I do that, and it comes out with really cool, interesting learning experiences of what shutter speed looks like digitally. You can mess with ISO as well. What it's like to take pictures in a really dark concert. You can practice with your smartphone. You're telling me if you don't use your smartphone in these different varied situations, that when you do get your camera back in your hands, that experience isn't going to translate somehow? Of course it does. So take as many pictures, good pictures, challenge yourself even still to take good pictures with your smartphone. And here is where the real tip comes in that I want to share with you. Edit every single one of them. Edit them. Even if you don't think it needs editing, edit it, crop it, saturate it, contrast it, highlight, mids, shadows, play with it. I learned this one from Adorama, I believe. Push one of the parameters too far and go 3 steps back, like 3 increments back. Not 3 notches, I mean like third of the way back. And that's where it should be. Try that rule out. Try out the rule of thirds in composition. Train your finger to move quickly between all the parameters, highlights, light and brightness and contrast, and mess around with it. Try using the filters and moving how much of the filter, a little filter that you want. Try different filtering software. I've learned by doing this, I can take my smartphone photos and really make them something awesome that people really enjoy. So lately I've been taking pictures of people and saying, do you mind if I take a picture of you? And they'll say, sure. They're expecting me to take out this huge DSLR to my camera bag. No, just have my smartphone. Boom, different angles, right? Play with the shadows, black and white perhaps, or just saturated, use different filters. and I kind of make it my own. I don't just rely on a filter. Of course, you can do that too. Use a filter. Do you like it? No? Try this and crop it out. And it comes out can be something totally unique that you developed on your own. And when I send it to people, they're always astounded. They say, "What filter did you use? It looks awesome." And I have to say, it does look awesome. And I think to myself, like, God, this is not from taking one shot every here and there and editing it once or twice. It's taking loads of pictures and editing and re-editing and taking loads of shots and re-editing again. And using all the different functions that my smartphone has to offer. Now I'm able to like confidently take pictures with my smartphone and see light better in any given situation, and that I can confidently take my camera now. I'm just better equipped for it. My muscle is worked a little bit more in my head. My eyes are always scanning for the next cool thing to shoot, the next moment I don't want to miss. And if I don't have this, I will have my smartphone with me. Having a smartphone also helps you to direct people for a group shot. The quality of these smartphones are so amazing that when people get a smartphone picture emailed to them instantaneously, I mean, the value is there. They're like, "Wow, thanks for sending that to me." And the pictures looks crisp and good. So they don't see it as any less of a photographer or a photography picture because you didn't bring one of these with you. Use your smartphone. Use their smartphone. Edit as much as you can. The next thing I want to talk about is in terms of editing. I want to talk about this aspect a lot, and I'm going to go into this in another video, is don't post every picture you take, every picture that you edit. That's for you. That's for you to see how to grow, how to change things. Your work that you display on Instagram, for example, it should not be 30 shots of you like, just moving the camera a little bit, you moving the fader a little bit. Don't do that. Post your best work. And that comes from editing 20 photos of the same thing and putting one up your best foot forward. That's what I think. And there's a lesson in that I'm trying to say, is that it takes an eye to see which one is the best one. Editing is not just moving the parameters around. Editing is not letting all your crappy work be shown. Learn to see what the best one is. Learn to delete the ones that you don't want to spend time editing on. How do you know that? By editing lots of photos, by deleting and trying things out and seeing what stands the test of time in terms of what stands at the end of all your photos that you want to edit. So to summarize, just because you don't have one of these big cameras around doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking pictures. You should not be taking pictures. Use what you have accessible to you. Train that muscle in your head. Use your eyes and consistently edit using your phone software. And I'm talking about, the brightness and the darkness and the shadows and the contrast and the saturation. There is a relationship between all these, and you can make drastically different pictures every single time that changes the feel of it, that changes how the emotions are felt by the person who looks at that photo of themselves. Have you explored all that? Chances are you haven't. And by me doing that for the past few months, I'm telling you, there's loads of lessons to be learned this way that will be beneficial to you for sure. I hope this helps you guys. Get out there and take photos any way you can and edit them. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.